How do you make 6 figures in 3 days? Well, I'll tell you what, it wasn't an accident. My company had one of its most successful weeks last year. I'm not trying to be braggadocious here, but I want to show you how you can build out your next launch to make results just like this. So stick around to hear the strategy that taught me how to make 6 figures in 3 days. In 2020, I hosted my first event, Content Machine Live. Content Machine Live was a virtual event. We had amazing speakers. We had Russell Brunson, Alex Sharfin, Stephen Larson, and Christy Code-Red. We had content about building your content machine and cash flow system to use that to generate leads on autopilot and sell high ticket. We had huge takeaways for our audience. We also sold a ton of our famous Jax shirts from our Jax swag shop, and we even raised a ton of money for our favorite charity, Operation Underground Railroad. It was such a feel-good experience, and one that the audience would walk away from being able to implement these strategies to grow their business and scale their audience and ROI. We even had people in the chat at the event saying, I just implemented this yesterday and I got a new client today. It was amazing to be able to see these transformations happen so quickly in real time and then led to an even bigger profit for us too. This was intentionally built out to build this pressure and this excitement before the event even started and to give them a huge transformation through these 3 days and then offer them the next step to get even more transformation. So at the end of this 3-day event is where we had our first 6-figure day. We made over $100,000 in a day because of this event. We intentionally structured this event to blow their minds and provide tons of value, to have our audience begging for more, to have them asking us, what's next? And that's what made it very easy for them to say yes when we pitched them our next offer, our high ticket coaching program at the end of the 3-day event. So I'm gonna break down for you exactly what we did week by week, day by day to create this. But first, have you subscribed to this channel yet? I wanna make sure that you get all of the latest strategies for video marketing and business growth, and the easiest way to stay in the know is to subscribe to my channel. So hit that red button below before we move on. So I'm gonna break down for you exactly what we did. The first thing is that we reverse engineered the outcome of the event. We want to give them an epiphany that installs this emotional belief and some of the tactical strategies to demonstrate that they can have success with our system. And during the event, we also give them the opportunity to upsell into a program or service that can help them get that result that they want with faster speed or more ease. So the outcome of Content Machine Live was to turn your content into cash, to create an evergreen content machine that generates leads on autopilot for your business. And it was so important that this messaging was being advertised the entire time that we were promoting the event to make sure that you're bringing in qualified leads and potential buyers to attend. And so what they're getting from the event makes so much sense that the next logical step is for them to join the next level, our high ticket coaching program. A lot of times, if people aren't converting, we have to look at a few different things. The alignment of the messaging in our promotions and the target audience. Is what we're promising something that the audience actually wants? And is the offer something valuable, irresistible? Is it a must-have or just a nice-to-have? And we also want to make sure that there is urgency installed. Have we given them a reason to act now, act fast? When I have clients that are using one of the cash flow systems we teach to sell high ticket, and if they're having some issues with their conversions, the price point is usually one of the last things that we look at when it comes to optimizing for sales. All of those things I just mentioned should be on your list of optimizing your offer before even the price point. I would make sure that your value stack is so valuable that it's a no-brainer for someone to sign up, that the value exchange makes the purchaser feel like they're getting the better end of the deal. Think about your behavior or your thoughts when you're purchasing something. What are the objections that might come up that are a reason for you not to buy? I'll give you an example that Alex Hormozi talks about in his book, $100 Million Offers. He talks about maybe if you're selling a junker car for $10,000, the person would be like, well, that's not worth $10,000. I'm not gonna buy that. But if you're selling a brand new Mercedes-Benz for $10,000, you are going to do whatever it takes. You're going to find the money. You're going to borrow the money because you know that is worth way more than $10,000. So the same thing with your offer. And a lot of people have this limiting belief thinking maybe I should price myself lower because if I price it lower, I'll be able to reach more people. But what you don't realize is that when you put a dollar sign in front of what you do, that allows you to make the biggest transformation for people. Because when people pay, they pay more attention. And when they are emotionally and financially invested, that's when they're going to get the results. And that result is going to bring you more social proof, more testimonials, and have people raving about what you offer. So it's in your and your client's best interest to charge at a high ticket price point where they are getting the transformation for the transaction. The next thing that was important in selling tickets for our event was making sure that we were qualifying the audience. So this was not a free event. We were very specific on our ticket price. At the time it was $127. For early bird it was $97. We wanted to make sure that it was expensively affordable. And what I mean by that is it's expensive enough that they have some skin in the game, that they're gonna pay more so that they can pay more attention, that they're also invested in getting the results. And when I say expensively affordable, affordable also means that they know that they are getting great value for this, that it's something that they see an ROI in. So the messaging aligned with the outcome of the event, and the target audience that we were speaking to is we wanted to make sure that they were people that would align with the offer at the end of it, a program for entrepreneurs who already have a business, are already making sales, probably not starting out from scratch, and is the attractive character of their business. With all of that in place, we are more likely to be successful and able to get them an ROI in the program, so we only want to attract those people. This is another mindset shift people need to overcome, is that they want to be able to serve everyone. Well, when you serve everyone, you serve no one. You want your messaging to have push-pull language, that the people coming to your event are actually the ones that you can help and help them succeed. For example, if your outcome or your pitch at the end of your event is a weight loss coaching program, you probably don't want your messaging to attract bodybuilders. Next, I'll share with you our advertising strategy. We wanted to create a ton of hype to get people so excited, so eager, enough that they would cancel their plans, ship kids off to grandma's, do whatever it takes to come. I have a full video on my channel where I break down the full strategy day by day, step by step, if you want to see our marketing plan to get people to the event. We created a lot of urgency around getting them to purchase tickets for the event. We installed lots of bonuses in our marketing calendar and made the offer completely irresistible. Again, I'll link the other video in the description for a full breakdown of that. I'd love for you to go check out that video, but before you do, you need to know how to reverse engineer the breakdown of a six-figure event. So first of all, you should know, what is your typical conversion rate from a sales pitch? For math's sake, let's just make the numbers easy. If you typically close 10%, and you're selling a $10,000 program and you want to make $100,000, you need 100 people in attendance at your event to make 10 sales to equal that six-figure milestone. Then next, you should be monitoring your ad spend to acquire customers to come to the event, knowing you're willing to spend money to make money. Now, we'll typically invest the price of one full enrollment of your high ticket offer. We are willing to spend more on ads, knowing it'll convert on the back end. Big disclaimer, if this is your first event and you're running ads, and you don't know your conversion rates yet, go conservative on this, on your ad spend, until you've tested this offer and pitch. Speaking of pitch, this was the next piece that led to our six-figure day. So there's 3 days of this event, and the 3 days are about overcoming false beliefs. Day 1 is overcoming the vehicle false belief, day 2 is overcoming the internal false belief, and day 3 overcoming the external false belief. They can't say yes to something that they don't believe they can find success in. And they can't say yes to something if they don't believe that they are worthy of that success. And they can't say yes to something if they don't believe that they have the resources to achieve that success. So each day we are sharing the strategies and the tactics and the stories that are better than their stories. They can't say yes to something they don't believe they can find success in. That's what day 1 is all about, overcoming that vehicle false belief. They can't say yes to something if they don't believe that they are worthy of that success. That's the internal false belief that we overcome on day 2. And they can't say yes to something if they don't believe that they have the resources to achieve that success, which is the external false belief that we overcome on day 3. This is very intentional. We tell stories that help them to experience that emotional journey and see the vision of what this could look like if they sign up for our program that's going to give them that path to success. Running an event to sell your high ticket program is just one of 3 cash flow systems that I teach my clients to use to sell your high ticket program on autopilot. You could be selling your $5,000 to $20,000 program every single week with little resistance and without having to do sales calls or put a ton of money into Facebook ads. I actually want to give you access to my highest performing, most revenue generating campaigns that you can just plug and play into your business to maximize lead generation and sales. So if that's something you're interested in, click the link in the video description below to attend our Hello to High Ticket training. So we charge, sometimes this is another, they're trying to bulk, not lose. So excited, so eager, enough that we wanted them to, hang on, I'm gonna show that. Then next you're monitoring your,